Today we will be doing a short installation video on one of our V1 vault doors. The door will come on a pallet with two major components, the door itself and the frame or casing with the mounting tabs attached. Literally the most difficult part of the installation is probably getting the two pieces to the location. However, with a helper it's not overly difficult. The installation in this case is going to be in a basement, and we will be going down a straight flight of stairs and have a sharp 90-degree turn at the bottom. By carrying the components in the vertical position at the bottom of the stairs, we can easily navigate the turn. Once you arrive in the installation room, set the door aside for the time being. It's best to rest it on a piece of carpet or cardboard so as to not scratch or damage the bottom of the door. The first piece to be installed is the frame containing the 6 mounting tabs. The tabs are sized and positioned to fit the specific opening dimensions. The length of the tabs is determined so the mounting holes will be centered in the concrete wall where the door will be mounted. By design, there will be a little clearance between the outside edge of the mounting tabs and the concrete walls, so don't worry if you see a little clearance between them. Now insert the frame into the opening, and with a helper pushing on the outside to hold the frame flush against the wall, drill the top 2 holes with a hammer drill and a 1/2-inch bit. Make sure you are drilling deep enough so the anchor bolts will not bottom out when inserted. After the top hole is drilled, repeat the process on the opposite side. Insert and hammer the 2 anchor bolts in the top 2 holes, but don't tighten yet. Repeat the process for the bottom 2 holes. When all 4 anchor bolts are inserted, you may tighten them. You don't need to be overly aggressive when tightening. As stated before, if there's a little gap between the mounting tabs and the concrete wall, it's not necessary to pull them flush. Hang the door before you drill and anchor the final 2 center bolts. You will need a helper when you get ready to hang the door. If possible, position the door between 135 and 180 degrees to the opening when hanging. This makes it easier to line up the hinge pins and minimizes the opportunity for bumping or scratching the top of the door against the frame. Ideally, the best situation is to have 2 people lifting and a third lining up the hinge pins with their mating tubes on the frame. The top hinge pin is a 1/2 inch longer than the bottom 2, so you need to line it up first, then slowly lower the door into the 2 bottom pin tubes. Once the door is inserted into the frame, make sure it is seated down, and with the door closed and your helper on the outside putting pressure against the middle of the frame or casing, go ahead and drill and anchor the final 2 center holes. The interior door handle ships unmounted to prevent damage. To install it, simply use the supplied cap screw and Allen wrench. The small handle pin must first be inserted through the handle shaft on the door and centered. This will properly align the handle for installation. Your installation is now complete. Before you close and lock the door, practice going through the combination and locking and unlocking the handle several times. If there is a problem, it is much easier to resolve with the door open.